What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm rich.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got a good one. This is Judge Stevens. And man, the last thing you want to do when you walk in front of Judge Stevens is lie to him. And this defendant definitely, well, I'm not going to say definitely, probably lied to him. He calls her out on it. And yeah, she did something, if true, really bad. Really bad. And I don't really have anything else to say except for, yeah, she says it's not true, even though she's pleading guilty, which is what gets her in trouble. All right, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
24 CR 33 Brandon Slade. And you are here with Ms. Minaldi, your attorney, and the state's attorney does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment. Can we proceed in summary?
Yes.
In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about June 6, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of theft. You understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
If convicted of a state jail felony, you face confinement in state jail for any term of not less than 180 days or more than 2 years. Additionally, you may be assessed a fine not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
Agreement's been reached. You would be pleading guilty, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation. That can be up to 5 years in length. Restitution is owed in the amount of $3,408.18 to the complainant in this case. Just looking at something. Stand. Just. There are different ways to handle matters, right? It has been over a year. June was a year ago. It's September, so it's 15 months that this money has been displaced. Take it that you're about to plead guilty to. Not one dime has been returned. Not one thin penny of a fifth after 15 months. Why?
I didn't even know that there was like they press charges or anything. I didn't.
Ma'am, you want me to read the probable cause affidavit out loud to everybody? You don't, because I've read it and it's not good for you. You were told about this back in June 6th. And you were in a position of trust. This was a fundraiser for a team. No, don't even, there's no dancing around on the issue, man. This is terrible. Why didn't you, if you'd have paid it back, this probably would have been handled differently. But we're talking about softball, kids being hurt. What'd you do with the money? What did you do with the money?
I didn't take the money. I have receipts and everything. I could have gone to trial, but I didn't want to because I need to.
No, we're going to go to trial. So we'll do. You're not guilty. Don't look at me and say I didn't take any money.
Sure, but I can't risk I have a nursing license. I can't risk my children.
Well, you can't look at me and say, I didn't take any money, but I'm going to plead guilty on this. I won't accept it. You're making a farce out of this whole, this is supposed to be all about truth. This is nothing about the truth. No, you don't look at me and say, well, I'm gonna plead guilty, but I'm not guilty. You would have to be, in fact, let me read to you what you've signed, okay? Let me read to you. I'm gonna ask you, Amber, look at that first paragraph. That first paragraph, did you sign that? Yes,
Yes,
speak
sir.
out, please.
Yes, sir.
Read the last sentence out loud. Out loudly.
I swear to God. Well, that's what I give. It's the truth, so help me God.
The sentence before that. No, on the first paragraph, the last sentence. What's the last sentence say in the first paragraph, ma'am? That's the top paragraph, the last sentence of the top paragraph.
This before the last. I am guilty of the offense.
What'd you say?
I am guilty of the offense.
And then at the end, you swear under oath. Did you just commit perjury?
I mean, I'll take, I take.
That's not what you said a minute ago.
I take blame on some parts.
All right. A couple things real quick. Judge isn't happy with her. We can see that. But there's a lot of people, we've seen it a lot of times where defendants walk up and they mess up pleas. I've never heard a judge threaten perjury when a defendant messes up a plea. Now, judges will throw them out. They're like, no, I'm not accepting this. She's saying she's not guilty. I completely understand why the judge wouldn't accept her plea. We see that all the time. But perjury, though, I mean, it's true. If you sign that, you swear it under oath that you did this, and now she's saying she didn't do it. Yeah, you can't accept that plea. We're taking it to trial.
It's not unusual to get frustrated up here because the game is being played and there's no game to be played up here. It's the truth, the search for the truth. You either are guilty or not guilty. If you're not guilty, but don't say I'm pleading guilty, but I'm not guilty. When you swear under oath, you're guilty. And I'd ask the DA's office to please look into perjury charges. Good luck with that on your record. You were in charge of a fundraiser. You were responsible for $3,408 that was raised for the softball team. You did not immediately return the money to the league. When they reached out to you, you turned in a check for $3,408.18 from your deceased father's checking account. Tell me what's wrong about this, because this is under oath and I want to know who's not telling me the truth. You're shaking your head. Is that right or wrong?
Yes.
No, don't shake your head. Because everybody's under oath here and I'm going to start taking some scalps if we're playing games and the oath is being used irresponsibly. All right. The check was turned into softball league. They deposited it at Nature's Federal Credit Union in Beaumont. You were contacted and a few days later advised that the check had bounced for insufficient funds. Are we right so far?
Was never contacted. Because
This would be the police, I think, or somebody, or the bank or somebody. Nobody contacted you at all. Is that what you're saying? Under oath, because you're under oath right now. Nobody contacted you about it.
Contacted me, yes, later, at a later date.
Pull this thing out of.
I'm sorry. I'm really nervous. Yes, sir, at a later date, not right when it happened, the detective Bonita contacted me.
The officer later confronted you about the whole situation, and you stated you did not write a check to the league with your father's checkbook. You came up with multiple possibilities about how this could have happened. None of them were reasonable or likely, they say. The check that's in your father's name was provided to the league is for exactly $3,408.18. What a coincidence. It would be not associated with the fundraiser. Also, it is not likely anyone else would have had access to your deceased father's checkbook. I later contacted you multiple times to come in for a statement and questioning, always had an excuse why you couldn't come in. You did send an email of screenshots of a group message with parents on the team in regards to the money, but none of it has any evidentiary value on it. You included a screenshot of an online bank statement for an unknown bank that showed a check was cashed from your account for the amount of $3,408, which is not the exact amount. The screenshot does not show the bank or the credit union name, account holder name, or number, nor does it provide any information that proves this is your account and that the check was cashed by the Nederland softball league. It was suspicious. You told Officer Arsenault that you did not write the league a check, but that the money was given back to them. However, when I spoke with the defendant, she said you did write the league a check and the amount they claimed you owed them, and that was why you sent a screenshot, quote, was claiming to be the check withdrawn from your account. You have denied writing a check when speaking with the officer, but admit to writing one when speaking to me, and even sending a screenshot of what you claim to be proof of payment.
All right, so let's break this down. She's saying she didn't do it, even though she's pleading. So I'm going to stick with the allegedly. She allegedly took $3,000 from the softball league. I know it was 3,400 something, but I'm just going to say 3,000 to make it easy. So she takes $3,000 from the softball league. She gets caught, and she then writes a check from her deceased father's checking account to pay the money back. Then she somehow gets. I'm gonna just throw this out there. She completely made up this bank account, did some little Photoshop magic, and made it look like she paid this back, and that was the proof she sent in. But here's the problem: she didn't have the right amount on her allegedly forged screenshot that she took. Yeah. I know you have a nursing license and you don't want this on your record, which is why you're taking a plea deal. I'm guessing you're pleading to something that isn't going to stick on your record and potentially have you lose your license. But you should have thought about that before you allegedly took $3,000 from a child softball fundraiser. Come on, lady. Come on.
Also, this check that was written to the league was for $3,408.18, and the screenshot shows a check was cashed from your account for $3,408.08, which is conflicting. $3,408.08, 10 cents difference is the difference. Conflicting amounts, again, proving you are fabricating evidence either through the screenshot of an account that could be anybody's or through your lies and deceitfulness. Well, they just added two and two together.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and came up with the math. It didn't work right. But what we're dealing with here is not manipulation with me. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to watch it happen in front of me. And all of this is above board, or else the whole respect and honor of this that we do goes down the toilet. And it's not going to do it on my watch. And I'm going to hold people honest and responsible for dishonesty up in front of me. You're charged with a crime of dishonesty, but right here, it didn't take you long for you to get on my bad side, because I don't put up with it. And say that the worst thing anybody can say out loud is, I'm pleading guilty, but I'm not guilty. I just did sign it. I am committing perjury though, and I'm very happy to be doing that, but I want everybody to be to understand. Well, that's not the way we do it. Everything is going to have to be fit in place and have to be answerable to the truth, or else we'll let a jury over there, a group of people who I'm sure would be fair. But I know when children are involved, being used, I know what juries do since I've tried 600 jury trials. I know what they do. They get angry. And they should be. Anyway, it's not going to be manipulated in front of me. So that's a long way of walking it back to this. I don't like this. I think a jury ought to decide. And then we'll see how that plays out. But you asked for it. You came up here and right out of your mouth, you were lying.
Can I explain, sir, what else means?
You thought about an explanation that
The screenshots that,
I'm not talking about this. That's in that. I don't have the police officers here. I'm just reading to you what is said, but in the probable cause affidavit, they talk about you manipulating and not being deceitful. I'm talking about this. I'm going to plead guilty, but I'm not guilty. That's your problem with me. And I don't accept deals when you say, I'm under oath here and I am guilty of the offense and all lesser included offense. I swear all of this, as well as the testimony I give, is the truth. So help me God. You came right out of the box. And I know it's not the truth because you said it.
Here's the problem. When you go through life lying and manipulating, and you most of the time get away with it, you're gonna walk into court with the same attitude. But especially judges, attorneys, they listen to these stories and lies all day long, and they can see through them very easily. Yeah, I wouldn't talk anymore. Your attorney should be shutting you down. Don't keep pushing this. And she wants to talk. She's going to.
It wasn't.
I,
You can't play it both ways. You gotta, maybe you have an issue, about honesty, but you're failing right now. We can't play, we'll play like you didn't say it. It's on the record.
it was just that there was two other ladies involved, and that's why I said, yes, I am guilty. Yes. I'm not the only one. That's what the screenshots was about. I wasn't the only one that handled funds.
All right. Now, Judge Stevens muted for the last 2 minutes of this hearing. He'll go on mute at the very end to tell us his decision. But for any of you lip readers out there that want to attempt to read his lips, you can. That's why I kept this in here. But he doesn't really move his mouth too much when he talks, so I can't do it. Anyways, once he goes off of mute, there's only about 30 seconds left of the case. What was I just going to say? Oh, she just lied again. Allegedly. She said there were two other ladies that had access to the money. In the, I don't know, the complaint, I don't remember where it was read. Well, where it was read from, but Judge Stevens said that when the money went missing, she was the only one that had access to it. That's what, I don't know if that was a charging document, the complaint, maybe it was her plea deal, I don't know. But somewhere that was read into the record. So now she's saying there's two other people that had access to the money. She's minimalizing and lying. Not good. Not good. And again, this comes from someone that may have been doing this their entire life, and they walked into court. They can get away from it. Yeah, tongue tied. I need more coffee. They can get away with it. All right, he's about to go back. He's about to go back off unmute. Unmute. He's gonna unmute himself. And I'm gonna let this video play out. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done it already, please hit that like button. Until next time, bye.
We said this 4 weeks, they'll let state look into this, y'all. Get to the bottom of this and we'll come back and see where we are, okay, employees, thank you. Okay, is that it for you, Reagan?
Zachary Broussard is in line. So.